Hi, and welcome to the OwatonnaToday Show. Thanks so much for joining us right here on Charter Channel 8, where you can see us 6 days a week. If for some reason you're out or on vacation, you can always find us on the internet. We are on YouTube. We have our very own channel. It's the OwatonnaToday Show channel. Check that out in their search engine. You can also find us on the thirdhandvideo.com website. That's Leanne's website. Just go to that. You can also find us. There's a link right on there. And the greatest thing, though, is we're on Facebook. And all you have to do is like us on Facebook. And what we do is upload the most recent episode right to your news feed. So it's an easy way for you to keep up with what's going on in your community, like today's show. We're so excited. We have a group of people here who are going to talk about their trip to Washington, D.C., 2 grown-ups and 2 extraordinary kids. So you're going to want to stick around and hear about that opportunity that they had. But we're always looking for other ideas. If something's happened to you in your social circle or in your community, we'd love to know about it. Just let us know at OwatonnaToday@charter.net. You can also call us at 390-5751. Let us know what's going on, and we will see what we can do to get you on the air. So make sure you do that. Stick with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the OwatonnaToday Show.
When using a fire extinguisher, we suggest using the pass system. Pull the pin at the top of the extinguisher that keeps the handle from being accidentally pressed. Aim the nozzle toward the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguisher. If you release the handle, the discharge will stop. Sweep the nozzle back and forth at the base of the fire. After the fire appears to be out, watch it carefully since it may reignite. If you have the slightest doubt about whether or not to fight the fire, get out and close the door behind you. This has been a safety message from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, my name is Dave Olson and I'm with R&K Electric, where we provide power to the people. We're proud supporters of the OwatonnaToday Show.
And we're back in studio with the group from McKinley. We have Bob Olson, we have Lauren Waypa, Carter Strawmatt, and Amanda Gislason.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. You rested from your trip to Washington, D.C.?
Yep.
Yeah, been a couple weeks, so you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to thank you so much for coming today, because
Sure.
we're going to talk about an extraordinary opportunity that these 2 kids had. But first, what I'd like to do is have you introduce yourself. So we'll go just right down the line and tell us your name, what you do,
Sure.
and things like that.
Sure, I'm Bob Olson, principal at McKinley Elementary STEM School. I've been a principal there for now. This will be my 7th year next year.
Ready?
I'm Lauren Waypa, and I'm a student at McKinley Elementary School.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 3rd grade going on to 4th grade.
4th grade. Wow, 3rd grade was my favorite year. How was 3rd grade for you?
Fun.
I bet it was. You had kind of an extraordinary 3rd grade year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, and you, young sir?
My name is Carter Strawmatt. I'm a 3rd grader in McKinley Elementary School.
And you're going to 4th grade. You passed as well. Yep. You're going to 4th grade. Good. I just want to make sure, see how things are going. I keep telling my kids they don't pass, and they never believe me. But, got to keep them on their toes, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm Amanda Gislason, and I am the art teacher at McKinley STEM School. Okay. And I've been teaching for 9 years.
That's kind of great that they have. A STEM school is not necessarily known for their arts program, really. Mm-hmm. So it's really extraordinary to have an art program. Tell me a little bit about how you kind of try and integrate that into the STEM system.
Sure. We really believe that art is kind of the glue that holds all of the other letters of STEM together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's another way for kids to express their learning, and it's a way that really all kids can express their learning. Rather than taking a test all the time or writing a paper, they can draw or paint or create something.
Yeah, and it's kind of that left side, right side brain thing, kind
Exactly.
of making sure you're working with both of them to get them together to make them stronger. There's studies that talks about how art really can help a child become a stronger student.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, there is.
Well, we're here today, Bob, because we want to talk about something that happened that I bet. Did you ever imagine this could happen to
Never.
your school?
No, I never imagined this at all.
So let's talk about the event itself that we've
Yeah.
been referring to.
Well, it was interesting. I'll give you a little background. I was at school one day on a Friday. Got a phone call from the Purpich Center, who we've been collaborating with for this. We went through 2 years now, and Purpich will go through the whole state, and they have probably about 40 to 50 schools that they work with. And they give grants out, and there's professional development for our teachers and classroom teachers to integrate art into the classroom. So that was pretty neat to start out with. Well, then they called and talked to me on a Friday and said, would you be interested in coming with us to Washington, D.C., to the White House? And we're like, yeah, okay, I think so.
I don't know, we're kind of busy.
Let me go check with our teacher on that one. But it was one of those things where it was too good to pass up, to be honest with you. So what's happening is the President's Committee on the Arts and Humanities out in Washington, D.C., the actual President Obama, has a committee out there, and they have what's called turnaround schools. There's 8 turnaround schools in the nation that are very low-performing schools. We are not one of the, kind of thankfully, we're not one of those 8 turnaround schools, but they had a talent show on May 20th at the White House, and then after the talent show was over of those 8 schools, there was a reception, and they asked Perpich to bring a school out to Washington, D.C., to the White House, and then show off kind of what we've been doing during that reception time. And that was, we were one of 4 schools in the nation that got asked to come and do that. So we were pretty proud to be asked. And
as the principal, that's kind of a feather in your cap, isn't
well,
it?
I'm not so sure it's a feather in my cap.
Well,
but
it kind of is. The buck stops with you,
well,
word on the street. You
yeah,
know?
It does, but I tell you what, these guys over here did just a fantastic job. And, you know, Amanda and I have talked many times since we've been out there. This wasn't just the Bob Olson, Amanda, the Waypa, the Strawmatt show. It was our whole school, you know, and it was really neat to be able to go out there and represent McKinley Elementary STEM School, and also our city, and then obviously our state as well. So it was really pretty neat.
That's exciting. Well, man, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more too about the Perpich grant. How you got involved with working with them?
A couple of years ago, they came down to Owatonna and kind of put on a little showcase of what they had to offer us, and we applied for the money to be part of their program, and we were accepted, and ever since then we've been working along with them. The first year we had 2 classrooms that I worked with, a 2nd grade and a 4th grade, and then it went so awesome that we expanded it to a classroom in every grade level.
Wow. What kind of things does the focus, because I know oftentimes when you write a grant, they want you to achieve certain goals or do certain things. So through the Perpich grant, what are some of the things that they wanted you to focus on?
Really the focus is arts integration.
Okay.
It's how we can get art into all of the other subject matters, and doing that through co-teaching. And so it's not just happening in the art room or in the classroom, it's both of the teachers together teaching the unit and lesson, and both teachers being in the classroom at the same time, which is, I think, an awesome experience for our kids.
Well, and I think oftentimes most art teachers don't get that opportunity. They're relegated to an hour or 2, maybe a week, and that's all they get. But to be there constantly, that's kind of an amazing opportunity for you to get to know the kids, but also to help develop that art program.
Absolutely, it is.
What are some of the projects that you've done with the kids that kind of have helped integrate that specifically?
Obviously, we've done the claymation videos that we had taken to Washington, D.C., and then we also did a cup melting project.
A cup melting?
A cup melting project. So we studied an artist named Dale Chihuly, and then along with their science standards of solids, liquids, and gases, the kids learned about that, and then they decorated cups. We melted them. They graphed how long each one took to melt, and so that was science, math, and art together.
Because the finished project, the melted cup, is actually a piece of art.
Exactly.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty neat.
And so you've done this for 2 years, you've worked with Perpich?
Yes.
And so after you finally finished your 2nd year, what have you really seen through the students? How have you seen it kind of help them? I guess that might be a question for you, actually, because this is kind of new for you. How have you seen the art integrated into the program? How has that changed kind of the students and their education?
Well, I can tell you, we have less students sent down to the office since we started the Perpich grant than we have in the past, and it's kind of amazing. A lot of times, as a principal, you'll find that and I wouldn't call art unstructured because it's structured, but it's a little more loose than you would be if you're sitting in a math class. What I've seen over the last 2 years is we don't get anybody coming down. I think a lot of it has to do with Amanda and her great classroom management as well, and that the things that she's doing is really holding the interest of the kids. But I tell you what, it is amazing to see that we don't have the classroom discipline anymore. But the really neat thing that we hear kids talking about art, we hear them talking about, just the fact that they can be creative.
Yeah.
And the thing that I like most about Amanda's teaching is that she does not grade based on how nice your art looks at the end of it. It's pretty much on effort and how you thought about it, and not necessarily a final product on is it the most beautiful art piece in the world. So
it just makes so much sense talking to you about this, because in order to create good math and to move that beyond where we are today, there has to be an element of creativity. You have to teach these kids to think beyond what they have right now and kind of out of the box.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to teach kids to think. We're trying to teach kids to question. When you look at STEM thinking and STEM learning and everything that we're doing in our school just from STEM, definitely art really jumps right into it, and it's a perfect partner. There's a lot of, when we were out in Washington, D.C., we talked to some legislators out there, and there's kind of a little bit of a fighting between the arts and the STEM piece, the STEAM and the STEM. So we tried the best we could do to say it shouldn't be headbutting, it shouldn't be fighting for dollars, it should be combined and integrated. And we're seeing a lot of great things happen at McKinley because our teachers are talking to each other as well, so they're working together. It's not in isolation. It's not just, okay, go to art class and I get my prep time. They're talking to each other, and it's a lot of collaboration. That's exactly what we want to do in just about every profession, but even more in the education world. It's pretty neat to see it happening.
It makes so much sense to me also, because we often try to peg ourselves as an art person or as a math person or that kind of thing, but there's no reason that kids can't be both, that they can't have both skill sets. And Amanda, as you know, coming from that creative side, tell me a little bit about what that's like to kind of watch these kids blossom in both ways.
I think it's really important, especially now, for our kids to be able to do that, because really we are educating our kids for jobs that don't even exist, for real. And so to teach them to be creative and to use their academic skills together is going to be so important for them as they go out into the work world. Yeah,
we're thinking about your working already, and you guys are thinking about getting out and go swimming. But these guys are worried about your future. So we want to talk to you two next. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk to our two students who had the opportunity to go, and I want to find out how you guys got to, how they just pick your name out of a hat, or how we figured that out, because I want to know about that, and then your experiences. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Have you talked to your teen about marijuana lately? Maybe you should. Regular marijuana use can sap a teen's motivation to learn. Users do not live up to their potential and drop out of positive activities. Marijuana affects memory and learning and stays in your system for weeks. Marijuana also affects judgment and perception. Reaction time when driving is reduced by 41% after smoking 1 joint and 63% after smoking 2, affecting the safety of your teen and other drivers on the road. You need to talk to your teen about the effects of marijuana use. It's not just a harmless high. For more information, please contact the Steele County Safe and Drug-Free Coalition.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the OwatonnaToday Show. Amanda had to step aside for just a minute, but we still have the rest of the crew, which we're so glad you're here. But we're going to talk to the kids for a little bit. We're going to talk with Lauren and Carter. Hey, guys.
Hi.
So when you started third grade, you're like, oh, I can't wait to go see the president, right?
Well, we didn't know at the beginning.
You had no idea?
Yeah.
So when did you find out that you got to go to Washington?
It was during art.
So like after Christmas, or when was it?
Yeah, after Christmas. Yes.
Like a week before
Yeah.
we went.
Really? Okay, so when did you go? Let Carter tell me, when did you get to go to Washington? Do you remember what month?
May.
May. So it was a week before, and you guys had to pack everything.
Yes.
Wow. Why did you guys, because there's quite a few kids at the STEM school. How many kids are there?
About 500.
500. Oh, So how did they choose the two of you? Do you know, Lauren?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you know?
I've heard all type of things, like they pull names or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Did they pick the cutest kids? Is that what they did? I don't know. They got some two pretty cute ones here. Do you know how they
I do know how they did.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Good. The principal knows.
I do.
Somebody knows.
It is quite interesting. No, really, what we had is we had to pick. Basically, the way we got picked to go out there was we had a video done on the Perpich website.
Okay.
A professional video on the project that they did in second grade.
Okay.
And one of the senators saw that video and said, "We want that school to come."
Okay.
So that's how we got picked to go out there. Well, what we had to do then was find two students that were articulate enough, and were able to go on the trip as well. That were also that did that project, that would have knowledge of the project. So we couldn't just pick any student. We had to pick one that was in that classroom that did the project. So, and they're going to tell you a little bit about the project.
Do you remember working on that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It was claymation, right?
Yep.
So let's start with you, Lauren. Tell me the basic of the story. What was the storyline of the claymation that you did?
It's a plant's life cycle. So it started as a seed and grew into an adult plant.
And that was all clay?
Yes.
What was that like for you to do that, to be able to, Carter, to tell me a little bit what it was like to make that claymation? Because it takes a long time to do that.
Yeah, it did. We had to use all type of different materials and different clay colors. So.
And then how many kids worked on it? Do you know? Your whole class?
Yeah.
The whole class.
You were in teams though.
Yeah, different groups.
What team were you in, Carter?
I was in corn.
Corn. So you got to make corn would be hard because there's like a lot of little bumps on the corn. Oh my! Did you have to make a corn yourself, or what did you do on your team?
Well, so each person got a different part of the life cycle.
Okay.
So I think I got the seedling.
Oh, you totally lucked out. You didn't have to make the actual corn piece.
Yeah.
Can you guys tell her how you were trained? How Ms. Gislason kind of taught you how to do the claymation?
We did stop motion. So before we did the clay, we used Skittles and did a line, and then moved the Skittles and just took a picture and then watched the video, and that's how we got to learn.
If people at home wanted to see this video, do you think they could? Is there somewhere they could see it?
Yeah, they could see it.
Is it on the McKinley site?
It's on the school district website at owatonna.k12.mn.us, and it's right on the main page there. It'll say from a seed, I believe is what it's called. Down below, just click on it. It takes you right to it. It's really pretty neat.
Good.
But the stop motion you talked about, you want to tell her what stop motion is, Lauren?
It's like where you take a picture and then it stops the motion, and then if you take a bunch of pictures and then put it into if you press a play button, it'll show how it moves, and it doesn't look like it's
So you talked to me about this line of Skittles.
Yep.
And so then you had to move one Skittle. Did you move it a lot?
No, just a little bit.
Oh, just a tiny little bit, right? So that it looked like it was all one motion.
Yeah.
And so making your video was really hard too, because you had to kind of be very careful, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like with your seedling, just move it just a little bit. What was your team, Lauren?
I don't remember.
That was like a whole year,
Yeah.
almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the trip. Okay. So have you heard of Washington, D.C. before?
Yes.
Okay, good. Who lives there that's really important?
The president.
The president. Now, a lot of people go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
A lot of people just go visit, but not everybody gets to meet the president.
Yeah.
Now, Lauren, do me a favor and pull out the book, and we'll show some of those pictures of you meeting the president. Tell me, Carter, what was that like for you to hear that you were going to meet the president? What thoughts went through your mind?
I was shocked.
Shocked. Yeah.
I was amazed.
Was that the best part of the trip that you, as you remember, or was it like seeing the White House itself? What was the best part for you?
Seeing the president.
Yeah. Was he nice?
Yes.
Yeah? He hugged you guys, is that right? He hugged you guys? Let's go ahead and turn that around. And for you, Lauren, tell me what it was like for you to meet the president.
It was, I never thought I'd do that before, but
Not
it was
a lot of people
amazing.
get to, yeah.
So.
What did he say to you?
He didn't really say anything.
Okay. There weren't a ton of kids, were there?
Yeah.
Were there a
was
ton
lot.
of kids? Yeah. So she can't catch it if you keep moving it. He's being naughty. And so, what else did you get to do while you were there? So you got to meet the president.
I got to see the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah. And then, what did you get to do, Carter?
I went to a couple monuments.
Yeah.
With my aunt.
Okay.
And my uncle.
Which monument was your favorite?
I gotta say the Lincoln.
Why? What made that so special for you?
I just liked how it was so big and, yeah.
Kind of. He was tall. Lincoln himself was like 6'4", but I don't think he was that tall.
No.
And so you got to watch the talent show.
Yes.
Tell me what that was like.
It was like a bunch of different schools that did.
Was there music?
Yeah, there was music.
Okay, so there was some singing.
Yep.
Okay, what else was there?
Dancing.
Dancing, good. Did they have any acting, or was it mostly singing and dancing?
Singing and dancing in it.
What was your favorite? What if you were to judge the talent show? Which one would have been your favorite? Can you describe it for me?
It was a dancing one.
Okay.
It was like they were doing like.
What kind
Was
of
that?
music?
I think that was one with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Was there? And she was there. Each one of these schools has their own celebrity.
Okay.
And Sarah Jessica Parker was one that I think they liked because it had more of a hip hop.
Oh, so it was more hip. I was going to ask what kind of
Yeah.
music it had. What about you, Carter? Would you vote for that one too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, good. So when you think about this and think about how you guys got to come to this amazing thing, and then you see those other kids, what was it like for you to know that you come from a school that's kind of pretty awesome, and a community that's pretty awesome? Did it kind of make you feel grateful for what you had, having, and then seeing these other kids who don't have as much as you do?
Yeah.
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 So I would love to know, what would you like to be when you grow up? Do you know yet, Lauren? What are you thinking?
Maybe a teacher.
A teacher? Good.
Good one.
And you, Carter, what do you think you'd like to be?
A farmer.
A farmer. Is that a family tradition?
Yep.
You know, and it's so funny because the teacher, of course, you have to have STEM skills. And even as a farmer, you have to have those STEM skills because math and all that important things, especially now with all the technology that's coming into farming, it's really important. What is the one thing that you will probably never forget back from?
Hugging the president.
Hugging the president. Because he didn't just shake your hand. He gave you
No,
a big old
yeah.
arm, didn't he? Yeah, what about you, Carter?
Hugging the president.
Yeah.
Unforgettable.
Did he sign something for you?
No.
Or did you just have to remember what it felt like to hug him?
Yeah.
And you have pictures of it.
Yeah.
So that's good. What about for you, as the principals? What's something that...
Oh, boy. That's going to be hard because there were so many neat things that happened. I think I never thought I'd get to shake the president's hand.
He didn't hug you?
He did not hug me. He did shake my hand. But, to be honest with you, just watching the smiles on the faces of our kids and Amanda while we were in the White House, it was...
Did he hug Amanda?
He did not hug Amanda. It was kind of hectic. Everybody started crowding the guy, and she was in the back, so I handed her the camera and said, "Take a picture of that."
So did you get to shake his hand at least?
I did get to shake his hand.
Did she get to?
Yeah, she did not. No, the Secret Service kind of stopped him at the edge of the stage. But honestly, the thing I'll take back is the stuff that we're doing at McKinley is right, and it's right for kids.
Yeah.
And that is we were pretty excited to go there, but then again, just seeing the smiles, the excitement. When we got done, it was kind of Holy
It
smokes.
sounds
I mean,
like a
this
whirlwind.
It was really surreal.
From the time they
yeah.
told you and to get out there.
We had less than a month
Yeah.
to be ready to go, and it was pretty crazy, but it was a blast, and we'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Well, congratulations to all of
thank
you.
you.
And you know, kids, I think it's kind of an amazing thing. Make sure you tell your kids and your grandkids.
Yeah.
Don't ever let them say it's a boring story. We heard it. Say, no, you need to hear it one more time. I hope you
Yeah.
got it. Okay?
Yeah.
You get that right. Thank you guys so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you very much.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
And we are back with the Owatonna Today Show. Time to take a look at some of your community service announcements. June is Adopt a Shelter Cat Month. The Steele County Humane Society is encouraging and celebrating the adoption of rescue cats by reducing their adoption prices by $25 for any cat or kitten you choose to adopt during the month of June. Call 507-451-4512 to meet the fabulous felines. We had a couple on the show this last month, and they really were adorable. I really highly recommend that. Coming up this Saturday, it's the Barn Bash beginning at 11 a.m. This is an opportunity to raise funds for the Steele County Free Fair and their new barn that they have going up. Come out, check out the barn, as well as a car and tractor truck show. There will also be entertainment outdoors on the Fair Square stage, kids activities, kiddie rides, Vogel pony rides, and fair premium books will be available. So make sure you get out and check that out this Saturday and have a great time at the Steele County Free Fair. Children ages 7 to 12 are invited to join Riverbend Nature Center's naturalists on Mondays this summer for the 6-week program, Gardening with Riverbend. The program will allow children to do hands-on planting, weeding, harvesting, kids want to do that, cooking at Riverbend's Gardens. Gardening with Riverbend takes place each Monday at 8 a.m. beginning June 30th and will go through August 4th. All supplies are included in the program fee. And a new event named Evening on the Prairie will take place at Riverbend Nature Center on Thursday. This event will feature hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, and entertainment on Riverbend's enchanting prairie. Entertainment will be by legendary storyteller and musician Duke Addix. Tickets can be purchased for $50 each from the Riverbend Nature Center or in person. The Little Theater of Owatonna is proud to announce that Spencer Vierstag, the University of Wisconsin Stout student and 2013 Owatonna High School graduate, is the 2014 Sarah Foreman Post-Secondary Memorial Scholarship recipient. Vierstag is the son of Brent and Bess Fenby in Owatonna, and he's just an amazing kid. And I say congratulations to Spencer. And the Steele County Humane Society is reminding you that all ink cartridges, that they do recycle ink cartridges for themselves to get a little bit of money. Check with businesses, churches, friends, family around town, and they can be dropped off at pet adoption days at the third Saturday of each month at the old Walmart building. So make sure you check that out and check out the pets while you're there. Thanks so much for joining us right here on the Owatonna Today Show. We will be back on Friday when we're going to be talking about music in Owatonna as well as an update with the city of Owatonna. See you then.